State's Resource Center restates commitment to quality education. Jos University Teaching Hospital marks World Breast Cancer Month. Hello and welcome to Panorama, coming to you live from NTA Network Center, Jos. I am Felicia Daliop Samaila. Thanks for joining us. Do remember you can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng live and on YouTube channel NTA News Online. You can also visit our Facebook page NTA Network News, Twitter at NTA News Now, and Instagram NTA Network for updates. President Muhammadu Buhari has assured Nigerians of adequate security as security agencies work round the clock to ensure safety of life and property. This is coming against the background of security alerts issued by United States and United Kingdom to their nationals in Nigeria. The president urges citizens not to panic but remain calm, as Nigeria is no exception to having terror threats listed in foreign governments' travel advisory to citizens. The president, in a statement, also pointed out a high likelihood of terror attacks in many Western European nations and the advice to their respective citizens for travel contains same warning. He said since the July prison raid, security measures have been reinforced in and around the FCT, just as heightened monitoring and interception of terrorist communications ensure potential threats are caught further upstream. Attacks, the president says, are being foiled. Security agents are proactively rooting out threats to keep citizens safe. Much of their work are unseen and necessarily confidential. While urging security agencies to be extra vigilant, President Buhari commends their efforts for the recent turnaround in the nation's security and advises them not to let down their guard as the festive period approaches. He expressed optimism that the nation will emerge victorious against the current challenges following ongoing efforts of security and intelligence agencies with the active support of the civilian population. Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed says the successful hosting of the UNESCO Media and Information Week in Abuja is a vindication and testament that Nigeria is indeed safe. The minister stated this at the closing of the Media and Information Media Week in Abuja. Anthony Fossen reports.
The huge success of the 2022 Global Media and Information Literacy Week, with the first-hand experience of guests from all over the world, is a clear testimony of the organizational ability and warmth of Nigerians.
The successful hosting of an international event in a week marked by petrifying terror alerts is also a testament to the great efforts of our security forces in keeping residents of our capital city and indeed our country safe, despite the antics of terrorists who are continually plotting to destabilize our nation's peace and security.
The minister added that Nigeria has made history with the adoption of the Abuja Declaration document on global financing and media information literacy, an imperative to fight against disinformation and build trust.
Given the frightening dimension of the impact of the surge of disinformation across the globe on the relationship between the government and the governed, institutions, communities, religious organizations, etc., there is a need to forge a common front to confront this menace by advancing a global funding to deal with the issue of disinformation.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, in his video message, called on member nations to come up with policies that will build confidence so that people can make choices. Equally, via video, UNESCO's Assistant Director General for Communication and Information, while commending Nigeria for making history through the successful hosting of the Media and Information Literacy Week, said UNESCO is working to create suitable information ecosystem. Therefore, member nations must ensure they create the necessary atmosphere that will make the declaration workable. Nigeria's ambassador and permanent representative to UNESCO, Hajo Sani, expressed satisfaction with a firm commitment that Nigeria is on the right path.
The Global Media and Information Literacy Week 2022, we all stand with UNESCO. And for what? For change. And we are going to make all the necessary changes required to do away with misinformation, disinformation, and fake news in our own capacity.
Media and information literacy is key to rebuilding trust among citizens, audiences, national institutions, the media, and digital platforms.
With the youth being carried along as the document have them in focus. In Abuja, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed says Senate will need to invite the Central Bank of Nigeria to get more clarifications on the planned Naira redesign. She stated this while appearing before the committee to defend the 2023 budget proposal of her ministry. National Assembly correspondent Dayo Ogunshola reports.
The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, and her team are here as part of the statutory function of her ministry to the legislature. But the committee decided to seek further clarification on the issue of the new policy of the nation's apex bank concerning the design of Naira notes.
So, Honorable Minister, what do you think? One, as to the timing of this CBN policy, and two, as to whether or not this is something that needs to be done at this point.
We were not consulted. It was an announcement that we had. And I've seen.
Okay, you too, you just saw the press release like every other body.
Part of the reasons that was advocated is that's one of the ways to mop up liquidity to manage inflation. But there are also consequences that we're also looking at what would the consequences be. There will be some benefits, but there will be some challenges.
The Senate committee also sought clarifications on payments of subsidies.
We are thinking that in view of the challenges we are facing, the revenue shortfall in particular, isn't it time for us to consider withdrawal of subsidy?
Our petroleum product we imported in Nigeria, some are taken to Burkina Faso, to Cote d'Ivoire, to other countries. And all those products, we are paying subsidy on them.
What we are glad about now is that Nigerians themselves are asking for this removal, because people now understand what we've been saying, that the benefit that we think the fuel subsidy is having for the people is not actually benefiting the people.
When the acting accountant general of the Federation faced the committee, issues relating to benefits accruable to the nation from the remitter platform was the focus of the discourse. From the National Assembly, Dayo Ogunshola, NTA News.
An apparent response to claims by the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, that her ministry was not carried along by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, in the ongoing process of redesigning 3 series of the Naira. The bank insists it followed the law and due process to carry out the exercise, which is 12 years due. The spokesman of the CBN, Mr. Osita Nwanisobi, in a statement said the management of the CBN, in line with provisions of Section 2B, Section 18A, and Section 19AB of the CBN Act 2007, had duly sought and obtained the approval of President Muhammadu Buhari in writing to redesign, produce, release, and circulate new series of 200, 500, and 1,000 Naira banknotes. While urging Nigerians to support the currency redesign, the statement adds it's not targeted at any group. The CBN spokesman expressed optimism that the efforts will, among other goals, deepen Nigeria's push to entrench a cashless economy in the face of increased minting of the e-Naira. In continuation of its administration's commitment to providing quality and affordable education, Plateau State government has provided a counterpart funding of 16.7 billion naira towards transforming the educational fortunes of the basic education subsector. Governor Simon Bakulalong gave this hint in Jos while inaugurating an 800 capacity education center and a story building of 6 classrooms, all in Jos. Priscilla Grumnan reports.
In an effort to provide quality education, the state government, through the Plateau State Universal Basic Education Board, is inaugurating this resource center for teachers and also a story building of 6 classrooms. Governor Simon Lalong says government will continue to invest in human capital development of teachers as well as promotion of their welfare. This, he says, is demonstrated by the recruitment of more than 4,000 ad hoc teachers and approval for the release of backlog of promotion of public primary school teachers.
I believe this center will help to mold our teachers for better service delivery by ensuring that the personnel and the practical skills needed for training teachers to succeed is embedded in their lives, into their lives. Similarly, government is partnering with the World Bank under the Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment Project, ACHA, which seeks to improve secondary education opportunities for girls in the state.
I want to use this opportunity on behalf of my colleagues, the teeming Southern population of the State Universal Basic Education Board, to bring one felicitation to you and words of gratitude for the many efforts you have made to sustain basic education. Not in many states that these are found, Your Excellency, but here ours is actually different. And basic education requires huge investments because of the growing number of children requiring education.
At the Obasanjo Model School, where a 6 block of classrooms was inaugurated, the governor encourages the pupils to put in their best in their studies so that they can be useful citizens. In Jos, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Plateau State government has also unveiled a computerized vehicle inspection system in a bid to put a check on accidents and to ensure vehicles plying the roads meet international standards. Governor Simon Lalong performed the inauguration at the Vehicle Inspection Office in Jos. Ijeoma Ozemena has details.
The computerized vehicle inspection system is a new way of forestalling road carnage mostly caused by poor maintenance of vehicles. The inspection is categorized into 5 stages of visual, emission, light, alignment system, and the underneath, ascertaining roadworthiness before a certificate is issued to the driver.
The benefit of the new people and all Nigerians.
Governor Simon Lalong says the process is a seamless one that will tackle the level of accidents experienced on the roads.
Part of ensuring the roadworthiness of vehicles on our roads is through the computerized inspection of vehicles. This has become necessary because many vehicles may look healthy on the surface, but deep inside They are very sick and more almost.
Commissioner for Transport, Mohammed Abubakar Mohammed, described the system as an innovation different from the old means of vehicle inspection, adding that it is a right step in the right direction.
The issuance of roadworthiness certificate will be hinged on the inspection of vehicles at testing centers.
The manager of the facility explains that the vehicle has to pass through stages for roadworthiness, and if a fault is detected, the owner will be given some time to fix it before further assessment. The innovation, they note, is a welcome development and advise motorists to avail themselves the opportunity provided by the state government to get their vehicles checked. Goodwill messages came from the sector commander, Plateau State Federal Safety Corps, the State Internal Revenue Services, and National Union of Road Transport Workers. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Experts are calling on women to ensure periodic examination of their breasts in view of the increasing cases of breast cancer. The call was during an awareness on breast cancer to mark World Breast Cancer Month. Ruth Stephen Hoke reports that the event was organized by Jos University Teaching Hospital.
One of the leading causes of death among women is breast cancer. Globally, efforts are being made by experts to find workable solution to this disease that has claimed many lives. This situation necessitated the Radiation and Oncology Department of Jos University Teaching Hospital to embark on public awareness.
Some of the symptoms will include a breast lump, that's a swelling in the breast, change in texture of the skin. The skin can become rough, like the back of an orange. That's some of the things you also notice. Sometimes abnormal discharge from the breast. When you press the nipple, you see maybe a bloody discharge. For some, the breast can become a bit larger than the other.
This survivor says adequate information on breast cancer is required to reduce the rampant cases.
If there is a lump or anything in the breast, people already have diagnosed it may be cancer and they don't want to come out. And that is why sometimes I come out and I voice out, women, please, if there is anything, come out.
With the slogan, early detection saves lives, the month of October is dedicated for breast cancer awareness. In Jos, Ruth Stephen Hoke, NTA News.
We have in the studio the HOD, Radiation and Clinical Oncology Department, Jos University Teaching Hospital, Dr. Maurice Nandul, to talk more on breast cancer. You're welcome, Doc.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now, every October every year has been declared Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Can you shed more light on that?
Breast cancer is the #1 cancer amongst women in Nigeria, and is one of the highest cause of death related to malignancies. So, because of the incidence of this breast cancer increasing in our country, in our community, worldwide, the month of October is being marked to raise awareness about breast cancer. When cancer is detected early, it brings about cure. Patients will be able to get treated in a good time and get the cure that they deserve. But most of the time, the story of cancer in Nigeria have been that of late presentation. Our patients usually come very late. So we feel that raising awareness, going down to the grassroots and talking to women about breast cancer will make them to come to the hospital in a good time. And early presentation will reduce even the burden on treatment, both on the patient and their relatives.
Okay, talking about awareness, talking to women on how to prevent these diseases, what measures do you take to create more awareness on the prevention of the disease?
Well, we rely on media campaigning, worship centers, and this year we decided to go to the markets.
The essence is one, to make the women aware that there is breast cancer, and then let them know that if they present early, it is very treatable and they will be cured from the disease. Breast cancer is not a death sentence. Women should present very early.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Maurice Nando. It's been a fruitful discussion. We'll take a break. Panorama continues. Dr. Maurice.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
Back. President Muhammadu Buhari rejoices with the family, friends, and relations of Reverend Dr. Austin Ipunam as the social worker, businessman, and publisher turns 60 October 29, 2022. In a statement signed by Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, the President appreciates the grace of God upon the life of the Indiaku Otolu Newi-born cleric in Inewi's North local government area of Anambra State, applauding him for his crusade in dissuading young people from irregular migration through his non-governmental organization, Sweet Home Africa. President Buhari has also lauds the commitment of Epunam to the crusade against breast and cervical cancers, which he takes around the country and beyond. As Epunam turns 60, the President wishes him renewed vigor in his enterprises and greater health and strength to serve God and humanity for a long time to come. A story building harboring flood victims at Aya in Ibaji local government area of Kogi State has collapsed, leaving 5 dead and over 30 injured. Usman Gambo visited the scene of the incident and now reports.
The flood in parts of Kogi State may be receding, but the aftermath remains. The building collapse in Aya, Ibaji local government area, is one of sad tales by flood victims rendered homeless and taking shelter anywhere possible. Eyewitness account points to a compromised foundation of the building as a result of the flood. This, they fear, may affect many more structures in the area.
Never expected such destruction on our people. The flood this year has taught us a lot of lessons.
I'm trying to beg government that they should come to our aid, especially Ibaji.
Some of the injured are receiving medical attention at the Ida Zona Hospital.
We were told that it was the building collapse, and immediately we responded into action with emergency medication. We started the treatment, but at this moment, all of them are stable.
Chairman of Ibaji Local Government Council, Williams Iko Ojo, while sympathizing with families of the victims, appealed to federal and state emergency management agencies to come to their aid.
The government has directed that we should know what it takes to treat them and how to arrange the burial of those that died. For now, that's what we're doing. So, concerning the collapse of the building, what we can do will depend after the water receded.
The plight of flood victims in the area calls for assistance from members of the public. From Abuja, Kogi State, Usman Gambo, NTA News. Gambo, NTA.
Next is sports updates with Gift George.